Hi, welcome back to the channel. And on the controversial subject of the Note 21, especially the Ultra Edition, some more update from my previous video on this. This is really for the technical people amongst us that are looking forward to the new Notes. And I just really want to give you an update. Every day since my last video, I've been inundated about any more news. And I've been checking pretty much every day the news from Asia, especially in Korea. I'm currently based in Thailand, and we get a lot of news here that you probably don't get so much of in the West. And let me tell you the update. And all I'm going to ask for you is two things, is to keep an open mind on what I'm saying, because these are not facts, but there's no facts available just yet from anyone. Bear that in mind, so keep an open mind. And the second thing, which is the most important thing, if you haven't subscribed, press the subscribe button. Really helps a big difference, and press the like, that way other people get to know about this video and the video channel. So, and if you don't like it, by the way, the program or the channel at the end of it, you can unsubscribe and I'll give you back all your money. How's that? Can't be fairer than that. Only kidding. So let's get on with it. So, the Note 21. Is there any real news? Is it coming out, especially the Ultra Edition? Well, everyone's talking about the new Z Phone 3 will have S Pen support, and I think that probably is true. Because I think Samsung now are in a bit of a predicament for the first time ever, especially in the USA, which is not the whole world, by the way. Their sales of iPhone have increased dramatically, and their prices actually have gone down on the iPhone. Samsung now, generally speaking, is more expensive, especially in the rest of the world at the high end. And so Samsung now must be really not panicking, but really evaluating what they're doing. And maybe Samsung have even got a bit lazy without Huawei as a serious competitor. Huawei, as you know, were number 2 in the world only recently, and now, because of politics, etc., we won't go there, are basically not allowed to compete. So let's carry on with the main mode of this. Firstly, all the rumors against it can originate and come from really one source, and only one source, called IS Universe, who has been a reliable leaker in the past. However, he hasn't updated anything since, other than things like this. Whatever the new form will take will have probably no notches whatsoever. It'll be the first with the face or recognition and camera under the screen. That's been patented evidently, but that's again going off tangent. So IS Universe leaked the information saying it's going to be discontinued, and maybe there'll be a Note 21 FE. Now, if they do that, the Note 21 is designed to be the all-powerful, all-gimmick, top-end phone. It's very different from the Z Fold 3. And so if they do it and they compromise it, so it won't be as good technically as the S21, but it will have a built-in S Pen, I think that's going to aim at a very limited audience, because most of the people that are using the Note 10, Note 20 now, especially the Ultra versions, are going to want an update, not a compromised version. And the FE, be it very good as a phone, is not the best to be the all-powerful, everything top of the end. It just doesn't do it. So I'm dismissing that. They may bring out a Note 21 FE as well as, but I still think they're going to bring out a Note 21 Ultra, because they've got so many millions, literally millions of loyal Note users that are still using the Note 9, Note 10, even the Note 8, that want an update. They love the pen. And the S21 with the pen is not the same. It doesn't have the Bluetooth connectivity. It's not built in. You have to buy an extra case, which is nearly $100 thereabout extra for it. It makes the phone very, very wide. It's a cumbersome. It's good to have that, and I think it's a great idea of Samsung to bring out the S Pen to more models, especially the high end, but not to replace the Note 21. Now, Samsung have actually said officially over here, they are still going to support the Note line. Bit vague, but they have said that. They have not said, there's no source whatsoever from Samsung saying they're going to get rid of the Note 20, 21, so on and so on, 22 even. I think in years to come, maybe even next year, the folding phones could replace the Note series, but not just yet. Other problems, if you're an avid Note user, you've got to think about the following. The Z Fold, if that is going to be the replacement, which I do not believe it will be, you're talking about, in the US, best part of $2,000. In other countries, over $2,000. That's at least 50% more than what they're paying now. I don't think so. I think with a lot of problems with it. It's a much weaker phone. If you look at a lot of the YouTubers that have the previous model, a lot of them have been broken. They're waiting for repairs. The screen scratches easy. It's not waterproof. You're giving up a lot and you're spending a lot more. Not to mention the screen actually, even though it has glass particles, it's not glass, so it will scratch very easily. On top of that, could you imagine trying to buy a screen protector for the Z Fold? That's going to be a challenge, at least in the early days. And the other really big issue, which people don't seem to talk about, is the battery. If I'm going to buy that Z Fold 3, I want an all-day battery and more. And with the latest processor and the size, if it's going to have the S Pen built in, it's not going to do it. Not yet. Another year maybe, but definitely not this year. And I don't want to get rid of the waterproof part of it. And the other big problem, this is my phone and I keep it when I'm out and about in my top pockets, but it's going to weigh, the previous Z Fold weighs half as much again as this. It's a brick to carry around. It's not really, it is portable if you've got a suit on, and but it's still very heavy. That's another negative that people are not discussing. And you've got all the moving parts when you open it. Personally, I prefer the other rollable, if that's the right word, where you press the button on the side and the screen gets bigger by going zzz. I think that's a great feature, much nicer if you like, but I haven't seen it. I think it's not even out just yet. Obviously it's being prototyped and checking. So you put all those negatives into the picture. How many of you would be buying the Z Fold 3? Price, not waterproof, scratch easy. Even if it did do it, and you're going to spend a lot of money for a phone that will radically change each year for the next couple of years until it gets matured. I think right now the Note 21 with now they've got the better processor for the Exynos model, which gets for most of the world, with better battery, bigger battery, at least 5,000, maybe 5.5, or even better, 6,000 battery. On that Note, they could make the phone a bit fatter and then get rid of the bump and put a 6,500 battery in it. That would solve everyone's problem. I think that's the way to go. Improve everything on the Note 1, make it not a major update, but everything slightly improved. And I think it would be a win, especially if the price was really $1,200, no more than that about for the Ultra, and make it stand out compared to the other phones. Give us 1 terabyte of memory. It's a powerful phone. They can do that now if they're going to get rid of the memory card, that is. Give us the option of 1 terabyte and don't charge a fortune for that. Because now the iPhone is becoming a serious competitor. A lot of the things that made Samsung, especially the Note series, unique is coming out to the iPhone now. You've got widgets, not as good, but they're definitely not as strict as they used to be. And they've got that big privacy thing that really is in their interest, in terms of it's giving them a really unique plus, which of course we're never going to get from Google. Samsung does give us a lot of ad blockers and privacy settings, which are way better than Android as per se, but it's not the same. So Samsung really have to literally buckle down and improve their game to keep their loyal customers. Now on that note, this is a controversial thing. If you look here, Apple are watching in the background, as they always are, and they are planning, and I guess it's based on what Samsung does, to bring out a new phone iPhone with their pen, pencil, stroke support. Now, would you buy the new, I use the word S21 for lack of a better, sorry, Note 21 for lack of a better word, that came from Apple, if it had the full support from Apple with a built-in pen or pencil, bigger phone, battery life all day, all the features you're used to, great privacy features, great updates, some of the things Samsung are now doing, but it's an interesting thought, and I'm sure Apple are going to go after this market if Samsung makes a mistake. So let me know your thoughts on that. Would you buy the new iPhone if it did have pencil support? Is there anything else I wanted to mention? That's pretty much it. Couple of links here that I've showed you to prove a little bit what I'm saying could be correct. I'm not saying 100%, but I do believe it's 100%. So let's look forward to the Note 21. And don't forget, right now Samsung have announced they are doing a severe lockdown on security in terms of leakage. And they can do that, especially during the virus where people have to be monitored more when they go to work, leave work. Everyone has to go through temperature checks. So they've really increased their security. If you notice, there's a lot less leaks out on anything from Samsung. Their new Buds, their new eyeglass, even their trackers were very, very kept quiet until the last minute. So I think that's going to be the way going. And I personally don't mind that, because you can get excited a little bit in this day and age when the new phone comes out and you watch their live launch, and it's always great. Anyway, stay tuned. Hope you enjoy this and be safe.